actually taking that creature home, Ani breathes. Even she doesn't dare say such a thing loud enough for Bean to hear. Of course she is, Seri asserts, her eyes shining with adoration. Someone has to take care of it, I say, as the dog limps off beside my sister. She'll fit right in with all of Bean's other reclamation projects. You'll see, Mama won't even say a word. But Ani's not listening anymore. Seri's run ahead to catch up with Bean and the dog. Ani calls after her. Seri, you may watch only, no touching. Bean, see that she doesn't. I suppress a grin and walk on, knowing that Bean will make sure Seri stays safe around the dog. When Ani quits yelling, I point out the final cart in the marketplace. Good news, I found your radishes. Ani's face lights up, and she happily sets to bargaining for them. I wander a little farther on, coming to a stop where the road leaves the square. It's a bright, beautiful day. The tall adobe buildings bathed in sunlight, the great wood timbers that strengthen each floor throwing shadows where they extrude from the walls. Above the noise of the market, I can hear birds chittering, and I can still smell the fresh scent of green things blowing in from the plains. Now, there's a girl who'll end up alone, a voice says somewhere behind me. I freeze up, my shoulders stiff as old wood. I can't even make myself turn around or look to see who else they might be talking about. I don't have to, anyhow. I know it's me. No surprise there, another voice says. Shame her parents will have to keep her. No one else will. I make myself turn to the side and stump away, back towards Ani, because I don't need to see who's talking to know which boys they are. And anyway, I won't end up alone. I've got my sister Nia, same as she's got me. What is it? Ani asks as I reach her. She glances past me. Were those boys bothering you? No. My voice is hard and flat. I try to ease it a bit. They didn't say a word to me. Yeah, well, that's Finyar's son. He's always full of ugly things. Want me to punch him for you? I laugh, taken back to that day Ani and I became friends a good dozen years ago, when she punched a boy who was heckling me and then proceeded to play with Bean. Anyone who could take on bullies and then befriend a toddler couldn't possibly be someone I didn't want to know, even if I prefer to fight my own battles. She flexes her fingers now. You know, you haven't let me punch anyone in ages. How are they going to learn their manners if someone doesn't set them straight? They're not worth it, I say easily. That much at least is true. They aren't even worth acknowledging. And it would ruin a lovely day. Let their mothers deal with them. Ani snorts but lets the subject drop. I loop my arm through hers, and together we make our way back through the market. We spend a half hour catching up with mutual friends before parting ways, Seri pattering off to visit her grandmother and Ani calling admonishments to watch her step. Ani and I get along wonderfully, Mama once told me, because at heart we're both cut from the same stubborn cloth, tight woven and sheltering. Ani would go to war for her friends and for her sister. And I've learned to do whatever it takes to protect my own sisters. Bean from her hot-headedness, and Nia because of the secret she keeps. Still, Sheltershorn is a quiet town. There are few dangers, even fewer strangers, and little that threatens us beyond inclement weather and the occasional accident. So, when Ani comes up to our cart over an hour later as we ready ourselves for the ride back home, it doesn't occur to me that anything can be too wrong. The market is slowly emptying out, the remaining shoppers lingering over their purchases as they catch up with friends. There's nothing apparent to worry about. Ray? Ani says, glancing from me to Bean and back again. Have you seen Siri? I can't find her anywhere. It's been an hour at least. What? Mama asks, coming around the cart. Inside the cart, seated as far from the dog as possible, my middle sister Nia looks up, grey eyes worried. It's my sister, Ani says, the gentle brown of her face faintly sallow. I can't find her.